With that, I think we're happy to take your questions. Yes.
Hawley, I've covered this issue, as Senator Blumenthal knows, and the lack of action, as Senator Britt alluded to protect kids online, AI, real people, cyberbullying. Why has Congress not come together on this issue? What is it going to take to actually use it?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't acted. Congress hasn't acted on this issue because of money. It's because of the power of the tech companies. I mean, let's just be honest. These companies are the wealthiest companies in the world. They're the wealthiest companies in the history of the world, and they're the most powerful companies on this hill. They spend like nobody's business. And I've said before, joking, but really it's more ruefully, there ought to be a sign outside of the Senate chamber that says bought and paid for by big tech. Because the truth is almost nothing that they object to crosses that Senate floor. We want to change that.
Are you going to call those lawmakers, senators out who put profits over legislation?
We will start today by encouraging every single one of our colleagues to join us on this bill. We have a bipartisan coalition here that I think speaks for itself. But most importantly, you have the testimony of these parents and of these families who have spoken truth that cannot be ignored. So we would urge all of our colleagues, join us in this effort. If we can't stand up to big tech here, we won't be able to stand up to big tech on any issue. If we can't stand up and protect minor children, what can we possibly do and accomplish? This is the time to act. And so today, we'd invite all of our colleagues, join us on this bill. And I would just say to the big tech companies, endorse this bill. They've testified, Senator Blumenthal mentioned it, they've come and testified, they do it all the time. Oh, we are actually very safe. OpenAI just made an announcement that they have perfected their safety guardrails, that they said, we've gone through the testing and our safety guardrails are excellent. Really? Those so-called safety guardrails that they have been testing resulted in the death of one child whose parents are here today. They've resulted in sexual conversations and sexual grooming of millions of children. So I would just say to those companies, endorse this bill. Put your money where your mouth is, endorse the bill, and push this legislation over the finish line. That's how we'll know they're serious.
And not only endorse the bill in word, but also support it in action. Because all too often what we've seen is big tech will say, oh, well, we're in favor of regulation, just not that regulation. And we want them to act in supporting this bill, not just when they offer some bromide platitudes, but in real action supporting this bill. And yes, we'll call them out, name and shame, because what you've heard here is a sense of urgency. Time is not on our side. Lives are being lost, real lives in real time. What you've heard here is just the tip of the iceberg in the harm that is being done. So I think with this kind of bipartisan coalition, we have the makings of a force that will break the dam. As you know, legislation sometimes takes a couple of Congresses. I've been working on the Kids Online Safety Act for some years now with Senator Blackburn. We're going to continue working on that bill, but we can get this over the finish line.